Are you a music artist and you hate how little progress you're making? You're putting in time and effort and trying your best to build a fan base and build streams and build followers, but it's just not working. You know, when you've done the work, you've tried your best, but the numbers they aren't showing. And now maybe you feel ashamed, maybe you feel disappointed, maybe you feel angry, maybe you feel frustrated that it's not working the way you wish it would have. And you know, you might feel discouraged, but I'm telling you, I've been there. You know, I get it. I've been in that position, going back and forth, starting new things, trying this style of content, and even changing your music, trying to make something that could go viral. And I mean, nothing was working, you know, and I was very lost and I was very ashamed. But it wasn't until I took some action and took a step back and switched my mindset, and I took, you know, I tried learning music marketing. I tried learning what it means to market music, and you've probably done it too. You probably looked up on YouTube and search and try to read books and learn about, you know, ways and study artists and ways that they blew up, and maybe try to replicate that yourself. But at the end of the day, I noticed something. I noticed that any education and any videos on YouTube and anything that was already anything that was already there, it wasn't helpful. It wasn't helping because at the end of the day, they were following a model that worked maybe in the 90s, maybe in the 2000s, but it didn't work right now. And I tried my best, but it didn't work. You've probably been there too, trying these tips, trying these Spotify release strategies and playlisting and all these things. But that is outdated. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and try to find, you know, trial and error, going by myself and just failing over and over again, until I found something that worked and something that sticks. And I sat down, I learned the psychology of kind of building a fan base. I learned branding from the like bottom up, and the results I wanted started coming. You know, like years even of working hard didn't show until I kind of started taking it into my own hands and built kind of an own mindset and framework which blends psychology and branding, and not just branding in the sense that we've known in the music sense where, oh, you have your genre and you have whatever. No, I kind of explored beyond the music and looked at branding psychology from brands and companies beyond music. And you have to understand that there are techniques that they use in other fields that can be applied to music, and when you do it, the growth you see is astronomical. And so I'm seeing people apply that in real time, and I've helped friends, I've helped whatever people on social media now to do that. And you know, you could be one of those people who kind of uses this framework, uses this strategy. You could be one of those success stories, and all it takes is kind of the right strategy, you know, and the right blueprint, the right brand, and the right foundation to be laid, you know. And what if now you could make music that you like and also at the same time blow up? You know, what if you didn't have to compromise making good music as well as having people listen to it? You know, what if you didn't have to make TikTok music? What if you didn't have to make a certain style of music to blow up? Maybe you could just be yourself, make the music you want to make, and still build millions. What if I told you that was a possibility? What if I told you that it's 100% possible to get profit while still making the music you want to make? You know, and what if I told you that all your goals and dreams, they're achievable? Would you at least kind of give this a try, you know? And all right, for you, if you actually want to get to those goals and kind of get those dreams and kind of take matters into your own hands, much like I did, and much like I'm telling you, a lot of people are doing it. If you're one of those people's, I'm telling you, that dream is so much more achievable than you think. And I think the first step is realizing that firstly, it is possible. Okay, you can build that fan base and you can actually follow that kind of artistic vision that you have and still blow up. Okay, I'm telling you, there's no more making scrappy TikTok songs and scrappy content trying to scramble and gamble for views. No, no more seeing zero views. No more post dropping a song, waking up to zero streams. No more of that, okay? And I'm saying no more facing the countless questions and the countless struggles alone. No, because we have people who have been on this journey, much like myself, been on this journey and failed and navigated this obstacle so that you don't have to do it yourself and do it alone. No, okay? It's a great day and age where we live in, where you can learn from not your own mistakes, but from other people's mistakes to make progress way faster, you know? And maybe it's possible for you to kind of like build, finally build towards that dream that you wanted, okay? And this is why I've kind of made this community now, this school of rock, you know. I want independent artists to be able to build a fan base, build a career out of their music in a way that they like. I think the biggest problem with music is that you have to either compromise your identity and your style and your soul for these streams and these numbers. And I'm trying to change that. And we're trying to build a way for artists to keep their style and keep their soul and keep everything that makes them love music and still cultivate and build a fan base. And that is why we have this kind of branding formula, this content strategy that we have cultivated, and we're trying to push into the world and maybe help you cultivate, you know. So we'll give you weekly calls, weekly branding calls, strategy calls, where we'll even take your brand and we'll build a brand for you. We'll help you build a brand, and weekly we'll check up and tell you the things we need to do and how to work on it. You know, we have a course full you can go through at your own pace. Even you don't even have to hop on the weekly calls. You can just take it at your own pace and watch the videos in your own pace if you want to binge it and just follow the steps along. And then we have, you know, like copy and paste content strategies coming. We're gonna drop more and more every week where you can just instantly copy and paste it. You don't even have to think, and we can apply those to your brand so they work with your brand without you even doing too much when it comes to content. So content will be sorted, you know. And then also we're building an engaging community where you're hopefully, the vision is that you're going to be able to network and connect with other artists doing the same thing as you, similar to you. And it is going to be this beautiful kind of combination of the new era of music, okay? Because this is literally the future of music. And if you want to be a part of it and be the start of this kind of era where artists are taking it into their own hands and building a career in a way that they want, then School of Rock is welcoming you with open arms, and we're looking forward to work with you.